Tribies, and welcome back to the tribe. I first want to say thank you to all of my new tribe members who have joined into this big, beautiful melanated tribe. And if you have not joined into this big, beautiful melanated tribe, I'm going to need you to go over here and hit that little red subscribe button and join into all of this tribalness that we have going on over here. Alright, so in today's video, we are going to be talking about how I retained so much length in my natural hair and how I achieved that while utilizing the head wrap. Now, in a previous video, I know that I told you guys about how I would put perm rods at the ends of my hair and wear them under my head wraps. Today I'm going to be showing you exactly how I did that and how I was able to retain a lot of length doing it. So if you want to see how I achieved so much length while utilizing my head wrap, just keep on watching. The power of editing. Alright, so this is my twist. So as you can see, I have perm rods on every single twist. Now, it is a lot better if your twists are thicker, if they're bigger, so you don't have so many perm rods like I do, because it can get a little heavy. So in that sense, I do suggest maybe doing chunkier twists. The only reason I have smaller twists is because you guys know that my hair was twisted like this previously, and nobody had time to go in there and combine twists to make them bigger. So I just went ahead and just put perm rods on these twists, and it's working perfectly. Now, I have not worn head wraps consecutively in a long time, because the time that I did wear head wraps, I wore them for about 6 months straight, no lie. 6 months I wore head wraps and I had perm rods at the ends of all of my twists, and I just wore my hair up. And that is another thing that contributes to so much growth in my hair, because my hair was up, I wasn't doing anything to it, and my ends were tucked away. Now, this is the key part. The perm rods keep your hair tucked away. It keeps your hair tucked away, so that way when you're wearing your head wrap, your ends are not rubbing against each other. It's not causing friction. They're not snagging on each other, so they're not breaking. So this is a key point of wearing the perm rods on the ends of your hair. Okay, and another thing that you do want to do, you want to invest in these little end papers for your perm rods. Now all you do is just, I'll show you. All you do is just wrap. All you do is wrap the end paper around your perm rod, like so. And you just go ahead and, where did it go? And then you just go ahead and you wrap that around. Boom. And that's that. Okay? And there you go. So you want to make sure that your hair is moisturized. You want to make sure that the ends of your hair are moisturized before you put the perm rods on. And make sure that you just moisturize your ends throughout the week. And the best way to do that is by getting one of these applicator bottles, little applicator tip, putting whatever oil you find or whatever product you find to moisturize your hair. Me, you guys already know, I use oil. I'm an oil girl. I don't use anything else. And the oil of my choice is my castor oil. Hope you guys, I don't know if you guys can see. I don't know, it's probably too bright. But this is the Now brand castor oil, and I get this from GNC. So basically, I would just pour my castor oil into my applicator bottle. And once every maybe 3 days or so, I just go in and I oil the tips like that. And go in and just do that to every single one to make sure that your ends are very moisturized. Okay, you want to make sure that your ends are moisturized. You want to make sure you do not neglect your tips. or the ends of your hair while they're in these perm rods, okay? So make sure that you're going in with an applicator bottle with some type of product and you're keeping your ends moisturized. I don't really recommend doing butters or things like that because you can cause a lot of buildup on the ends of your hair, and that's what we want to stay away from. So just make sure that you're using something that's going to minimize buildup but keep your hair moisturized as well. And if you want to, you can also go in with a spray of water or with a spray of aloe vera juice. I don't do that because I just want to keep them as stretched and as frizz free as possible. So I just go in with my castor oil and that seals the deal. No point intended. Alright, so the next thing you're going to need is a stretchy cappy thing. This is a lock sock or something. It's not a lock sock because I think lock socks have the holes at the ends. But it's a bonnet. Okay, it's just a stretchy bonnet. Then you're going to need another scarf of some sort. Make sure it's a satin scarf because this scarf is going to go over your hair under the head wrap. So a satin scarf. You guys have seen this scarf before. And then whatever head wrap of your choice. I'm going to use a lighter fabric today. And I'm going to the gym too. So I'm going to just use this lighter fabric. And you guys seen this in the beginning clip. So this is what we're going to use today. Alright, so my hair is moisturized. I went in last night and I did retwist a few of my twists because they were getting frizzy. Now the one thing that you don't want to do, you don't want to wear these head wraps on a daily basis but neglect your hair underneath. This is just a way to protect your hair and act as a protective hairstyle. But you do want to make sure that you go in and you do twists that need to be retwisted throughout the week, every other week, whatever it is you prefer. You don't want your hair to start locking up, and since my hair locks up fairly quickly, I do need to retwist my hair a little bit more frequently. So that is what I do. So I retwisted 3 in the back somewhere. They were getting a little frizzy. So 3 in the back, and I think I retwisted a couple over here and maybe 1 or 2 over on this side. So I pretty much have a whole head full of like fresh twists. And you can see my twists there. They look pretty good. So that is how it looks. Alright, so let's get into the head wrap. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is grab your head wrap and then you're going to fold it in a triangle like you normally would if you were just putting on your scarf. But instead of using this side, I'm going to use the satin side or the silkier side of the scarf. So, boom. Okay. Now I'm just going to flip my head down and I'm going to tie the scarf behind my head like that. Okay, so see if I can get all this hair in the shot. So I'm going to go ahead and flip my head over. But being gentle. I hope you guys can see. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and take my scarf and just tie it. Okay, so my scarf is tied. I'm just going to go ahead to make it a little bit more snug. And I'm going to go ahead and tie it in the back. Alright, and then I'm just going to bring these 2 little edges up and tuck them. And I like to make the knot in the back of my head just so it gives something for my head wrap to kind of adhere to. So there we go, we got that. Okay. I previously kind of gelled down my baby hairs a little bit. So I'm going to push that back because I've already done it and don't want to do it again. So push it back to your liking. If you want to leave some hair out in front, do what you do. But this is just how I wear mine. I don't leave any hair out. Okay, so now we've got all this hair in the front and we don't know what to do with it, right? Okay. So that's where this bonnet comes in at. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to put your hair into the bonnet. And then I'm going to pull the bonnet over half of my hair. And you'll see what I mean. Alright, so now your hair magically stays on the top of your head. Right? So depending on how long your hair is going to depend how big it is, but the perm rods actually help give you some height and give you some width in your head wrap. And it just stays up there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I like to wear this black one because when I do my head wraps, when I do my head wraps, you cannot see the satin scarf that I put under here. And then it keeps my kitchen area like nice and kind of tamed. Like so I can tuck my kitchen in there. Alright, so here we go. We've got this. We've got this. So it's up there. It's not going anywhere. We're good. This way you don't have to try to get a sock or something, roll it up, put it there, and hold your head still while you're trying to manage to put a head wrap on. This way it's a lot more secure, so I do highly suggest in investing in one of these elastic hair bonnets. You will thank me later. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab my scarf. This is the one I'm wearing today. Go ahead and find the middle of it. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and drape it on the back side of my head. So just like this. Okay, now I'm going to gather it all to the front. And I want to find where I want to cross it. So we'll just do that for right now. Okay, put this back a little bit. Going about right there. And we'll push it back a little bit more when we're done. But right now, just do this. There. Pull this part. This part's good. Alright. Now what I'm going to do, hold on, I'm having a malfunction. Okay. Okay. Alright, so there we go. So now I got that nice and tight there. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start bringing the sides around. So I'm going to bring this side and this side back to the back. Kind of mold it. Just kind of get the shape you kind of want. Where you need to kind of spread it out. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead, cross them in the back, and then bring them back to the front. Okay, now I'm going to take this side, it's now on this side, and I'm just going to go ahead and wrap it over. Do I have anywhere to tuck this in? I do right here. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and you're going to tuck it into an available space that you have within your head wrap. So now that's pretty secure. Okay, so now I'm going to take this side, spread it out a little bit. Don't really want it bulky. You want it nice and flat, but you want enough material to be able to wrap it around and tuck it. So I'm going to go ahead, and then when I get to the front, I'm just going to twist a little bit just to give it a little bit of flair. And then I'm going to go ahead, twist it around, and find an available space to tuck it. Okay, push this part back a little bit more. I like a little peek out. And there you have it. A super cute, super simple, protective hairstyle utilizing your head wraps. Now, at night, all I do is just take my head wrap down, put my normal scarf on, go to sleep. We're all good. In the morning, I do the same thing. As for your edges, I do use a little bit of Eco Styler gel just to smooth them down. Some of you have asked me why I don't use flaxseed gel on my edges, just because flaxseed gel in any other part of my hair for some reason always dries white. I don't know why. Yeah, so I don't use flaxseed gel on like my edges. Maybe I should try again. maybe I'll do a video. But as for now, I just use a little bit of I did a little bit of Eco Styler gel, like maybe like a dime size for like my whole front, and just use my toothbrush, and then I just put a scarf around it just to hold it down for maybe 20 or 30 minutes, and then I'm good to go. So like I said, you can wear the style for a week, 2 weeks, every other week, but it is such a good way to retain a lot of length. And after that 6-month stretch where I wore my hair in this head wrap, when I decided to wear my hair down and wear my hair in this twist, my hair had grown so much. And I really think it's a combination of your heat in your scalp just being all trapped in there, and then your ends being tucked away by those perm rods, that really helps retain and accelerate your growth. If you want to put some essential oils in your scalp, you know, using an applicator bottle, put some oils, essential oils in here, and making sure that you keep your scalp moisturized is a really good way as well. But make sure you keep your hair very moisturized, and make sure that you don't neglect your hair even though you're wearing a head wrap, because I know a lot of people tend to wear hair wraps when they don't want to do their hair, so they're hiding all the mess. But in this case, we want to make sure that we keep our hair sectioned, we keep our hair moisturized, twisted, whatever the case it may be. If you want to keep it braided, if you want to keep it French braided under there, that's a good alternative. Just make sure you use the perm rods to put on the ends of your hair, because that really, really helps a lot in the retention of your hair. So this is another way, one of the main ways that I use to retain a lot of my hair length. Another way, of course, is my twist, because you guys know I love my twist. So that was, you know, really the main way that I retained length, and then this was kind of secondary. But as long as your hair is in a style where it's manageable and you can keep it moisturized, you're on your way, sis. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave them down in the comment section below. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video that I have for you guys. And like I said, if you have not joined into this tribe, go ahead and join. I love all of you. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. You know, join the tribe. And I will see you guys in my next video.